Today, we are playing Gregtech New Horizons. Me and my friend Shrimpman will go through the struggles of this complex mod. We will discover the world, invent new machines, relive the space race, and divine human physics. We both have no experience with this mod, so we'll see how it goes. We have a few goals for this playthrough. We want a safe base so we don't have to worry about all the random mobs this mod has to offer. We also want the best tool in this mod pack. And finally, our absolute end goal is to craft the NASA workbench. But before we do all that, we have to get a basic understanding of this mod. So let's start with that. I already told you all that this mod pack is very complex. Everything you know about this game has changed. So, for two guys with no clue what they're doing, this will take a long time. Is what I would say if it wasn't for the quest book. This quest book gives you a full Wikipedia page of information on how to mine 4 pieces of dirt. Start your PC, okay, connect to your Wi-Fi, download the mods, already done that, start the game, start a world, make sure your mouse is connected, I think it is, hold your left mouse button on a dirt block, or if you don't know left or right, the closest to your body. Yeah, thanks, okay. Repeat this process 4 times. Okay, simple enough. Now you've mined 4 dirt blocks. Congrats. But for real, this book gives you a clear description on how to do things, what you're doing and why you're doing it. And don't forget the free goodies you get after completing a quest. Finally, I've made my quantum machine. Let's see what the reward is for completing this 100-hour achievement. Yes, 1 piece of bread. So this quest book is exactly what 2 rookies need. The first page of the quest book wants you to make a bet. Why, you ask? Well, let me show you. You see it? Right there. Yes, nothing. I'm not kidding. This is a real recording of the night. It's not a black canvas. Or is it? So, when you load up the world, the first thing you want to do is get a bed as fast as possible. So, what did we do? We spent 50 minutes to start the game properly and find each other, instead of using our brains and making a bed. So, the first night starts, and we used all the 10-year experience we have playing this game to come up with the great idea to dig a hole in the dirt and place a block above our heads, and wait for 50 minutes.
A few minutes later.
Alright, now we can start. Alright, now we know what to do. Oh, goddammit.
A few minutes later.
So that's 1 hour of our lives we'll never get back. The next 50 minutes we decided to be useful for once. I know, shocker. We mined a lot of wood, gravel, sand and obliterated the sheep population. Take that, sheeps! That's what you get for all those mass. Sheeps in game, of course. With those resources, we crafted our first tools to farm some meat. Start a big farm so we can live fully on vegetables and fruits. We settled down in a village because it has some lights and we crafted our beds. And that's the first age completed. That was easy and quick. We will have this mod completed in no time. Oh gosh. Next up, we'll need coal so we can make torches and cook our meat, potatoes. To get coal, we will need the choke oven. Yes, my dyslexic mind made from coke oven a choke oven. And we stuck with the name because this thing makes you want to choke yourself. Don't do it though, I need your sub first, so subscribe. To make 1 coke oven, you need to say goodbye to nice rivers because you will need a lot of sand and clay, and I mean a lot. So, after some environment destroying, we got our coke oven. Now we can spend logs to get charcoal. By the way, you only get 2 torches from 1 coal. But it is just enough to light up my front door. Well, I'm starting to see why this mod is so realistic. It has perfectly imitated the destruction of the environment for personal gain. And if you thought that now we can start spamming torches everywhere and begin long mining trips, wrong! It takes about 1.5 hours to get 1 stack of coal. So I'm going to eat this piece of bread and breathe at the same time. After hours of waiting, you finally have enough torches to go mining. And suddenly, you see this appear on your map. Yes, mining has changed. In this mod pack, you have ore chunks. These are random chunks in a pattern that contain ores. But an ore chunk has only a collection of a few ores in it. So every time you dig down in an ore chunk, you're basically praying to RNGesus to give you the ores you need. If only we cared about the small letters. Luckily, due to some weird math stuff called letters, you can see if you're in an ore chunk. And at that point, it's just digging straight down. I know, it's meta again. So, because I couldn't follow the questline properly, I spent hours looking for the ores we needed, while my friend was setting up the smeltery. Gold! After all that work, you can finally upgrade your tools. And you find out the tool system is Tinker's Tools. For those who don't know this mod, like me, Tinker's Tools is making tools, but for no reason just 10 times more complex. I mean, look at this! So now that we've got the basics and completed the Stone Age, we can make progress towards the end goal. The age we just completed ended for humankind in 4000 BC. The age we want to get to, the moon landing, happened in 1969. So only 5,969 human years to progress through. Yippee! Now it's time for our base. I wanted to get rid of some houses to create some space. But then something interesting happened. My friend found something in the quest book about a huge tree. So we wanted to see how big it was.
That's what she said.
So we planted it and let's just say we created an unintentional mob farm directly on our base. We tried to get rid of it in an eco-friendly way, of course, but it did not do much, so we decided to move. After some weird interactions,
Nuts!
It ain't that funny.
Oh, nee.
Bye.
We're live right now. We're live right now. Bronx during a fire last night in the Bronx. Where a couple people died during the fire in the Bronx last night.
and exploring, we found an open plain next to a river surrounded by a forest and mountains. Exactly what we need. There was a little house structure that we used for a well-structured and sorted storage system. But there was one problem. This location is thousands of blocks away from our current base, and we have a lot of stuff we want to keep, like my hats that remind me of every time I've died. So we had to find a way to transport all our stuff to the new base, and we came up with this idea. So you see these two ice sheets on the river? What if we make an ice boat track on them?
But there is a bit in between with no ice.
We will just set up more boats in between.
Is this efficient? Oh, and he's gone.
So I spent hours constructing a transport line of boats to our new base, while my friend made boats with chests and gathered all our stuff. Now we can start! And of course, everything went super smooth.
Okay.
Wasn't it easier to craft backpacks and just walk?
Probably, but this was more fun, right?
Sure.
Now we can start constructing our base. We got all our stuff and abandoned the old house. So we used all our 10-year experience again to come up with the best base idea and dig a hole under the tree. I wanted to put everything you need to survive in this hole, even trees. Because we don't want to ruin the environment again.
Yo, shall we make like, I don't know, 15 more choke ovens?
Sure. So while I was working hard on sorting chests, making farms and upgrading rooms, my friend was building a machine out of 16 coke ovens. We called this the Iron Lung, because it will produce all our energy needs for the foreseeable future. I'm sure having 16 big industrial ovens won't cause any problems in our living space, right? So here's another time lapse. So let me give you a quick tour. We have our chests and our beds. We have a big farm with all sorts of plants and some bushes against the wall. so we don't have to eat meat. Downstairs we have our trees and the kitchen with plant projects, not the ones you are thinking of. And finally our machine room with a massive iron lung. Some furnaces with some new ones that produce iron and will definitely help giving our base cleaner air. My friend also made the first steam machines. With these machines we can progress further towards our end goal and make more machines. And because the base is underground and self-sustainable, we don't have to worry about any of the hostile mobs above ground. Only the occasional jump scares from the goldfish plant. I told you these plants were normal. Now that we have a base, we can focus on two other tasks. Either work on the machines or collect plants and cook food to get the best tool in the game. So me having followed physics, technology and chemistry and my friend trying to become a baker, the roles were clear from the beginning. I went cooking and my friend made the machines. Logical choice, right? So if you clicked on this video to understand GTNH machines, wrong video, buddy! But don't click away. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. I'll make my friends answer them. Trust. Now you're probably wondering, what is the best tool in this modpack? How fast does it mine? How much damage does it deal? Well, it doesn't do any of that. But it does solve the food problems. Let me explain. The best tool in this modpack is the healing axe. This axe literally fills your hunger bar by just holding it. So now you don't have to kill any living organisms to survive. But getting this majestic tool takes a lot of time. Let me show you the checklist. This can be divided in 3 parts. Collecting gardens, that can be found all over the place. Cooking the biggest meals like the Big Mac. And making a lot of tofu for some reason. So let's start with collecting gardens. This might be the first time collecting every plant on your way is actually helpful. You know, at the start of your world, your inventory is full of stuff. Yes, that was us, but then with all sorts of plants. But they actually come in useful now. Because of this, we already have half the gardens we need. So we only needed the textile, nether, ground, desert and water gardens. I started with traveling all around the place to get the textile and ground gardens. While I was picking flowers, my friend was making crazy machines. He is like the Batman of technology and machines. This will later make sense, trust me. After some time I got the textile and ground gardens. Next up was the desert garden, which took me a long time. Because you would say they spawn in deserts. Well, apparently not. I searched every desert and couldn't find a single one. But eventually I found them in a savanna. A savanna! Why do you call it a desert garden if it spawns in a savanna? Last time I checked, they were different biomes. Well, I'm glad that's over. Next up, I needed the water garden, which I found on the water. See, GTNH? That makes sense. I rode past the garden like 100 times. I don't know how I was so blind. But now we only have the nether garden left. This was very easy because it was literally everywhere in the nether. And that are all the gardens completed. Next up, the tofu. These are pretty easy. Just get some soybeans and mix them with water. Then you get wet tofu. You just use a hammer on it and there you go, tofu. There's also another version. For that one, you just have to use a rolling pin on the tofu and there you go. Now just repeat this process over and over again. And voila! Finally, it's time to cook. First, the Big Mac. Make some juices, some fries, get a burger made with tofu, so no meat. Put some veggies on the burger and mix it together for the Big Mac. Next, I made some breakfast with eggs, potatoes, juice, toast, and again tofu. After that, the rainbow curry, which is basically a lot of flowers and rice. I don't know who eats this, but okay. This took a bit of bone milling some basic flowers, some lavender I found earlier, and a plant from the nether my friend got me. What a gentleman. Now I only need the rice. This was pretty easy because we had all the ingredients already. Just a few coconuts more and done. Now we have rainbow curry. The fourth item is the supreme pizza. Not a normal one, a supreme one. Can we check if the Italians are okay? So I collected some veggies from the farms, made some cheese, and dough to make a pizza. And tofu, of course. Wait, what's that meat in your inventory? No, don't do it! Well, I can turn up to vegetarian conventions no more. But at least I have supreme pizza, which is supreme, like me. And finally, for your brash out there, we made some sausage rolls and beef Wellington. These were easy to make, so I won't cover them. So instead, you can listen to my mic dying while I'm celebrating. Wow. And we've got the healing axe. Now I can finally clear my inventory, because I don't need food anymore. While I did this, my friend got all the way to the MVH. So now we are very close to our end goal, but we are not there yet. To reach our end goal of crafting the NASA workbench, we have a few hurdles to overcome. Well, actually one big hurdle. We basically have to complete all of HV. To complete HV, we have to build huge farms for resources, build new HV machines, get a new power source. We will always remember you, Iron Lung. And craft. And when you're sick of crafting, you gotta craft that thing 63 times again. But luckily for you guys, you don't have to experience this. Because with the power of editing, these 100-hour tasks take about 5 minutes for you guys. We began with energy. Well, my friend began with energy. I was looking at plants. Trust me, I'm being useful. My friend built something with diesel, like, I don't know, ask him, not me. All I know is that it works. Meanwhile, I was still looking at plants. Trust the process. Next, my friend made some EBFs and multi-block versions of small MV machines. He also made the so-called Tech Cave. It's the Bat Cave, but then with technology. I'm Techman. Justice for Toaster Ham. I told you the Batman reference would make sense. Meanwhile, something changed for me. A wheat grew. Ah! Still looking at plants. After the tech cave, my friend built a clean room for the HV circuit assembler. Because apparently, a few white blocks makes a room cleaner. Is this 911? I think I've got who you're looking for. Get him! But then... Yes! It finally grew! So now I made automatic gold, iron, copper, zinc, and silver farms. Shrimpman, are you proud of me? Was I useful? Dogman needs the supplies. Now we're almost there. Just a few wither fights. My friend did, of course. And you remember all you have gone through. All the exploring. All the farming. Only a bit of waiting left. All the debts. All the lefts. Collecting the final items. All the learning. All we built for this moment. The final pieces are put in the crafting table. And we have done it. The NASA workbench. So we did it! After 250 hours each. And we only scratched the surface of this modpack. So I want to finish with some supportive words from our other friend. Take it away!
YouTube, fans kan heel boel.